My question was, a lot of times the content in data science gets too technical for the non-technical people who are just trying to absorb the subject. So my question was, are there any tips, any ideas, which would help us make the absorption better and our application in the real world?
Practice. You just have to practice as much as possible, because just kind of reading and watching like videos and stuff like that, that's very passive type of way to study. So as much as you can, try to do hands-on stuff as much as possible, right? Really try to go more for practical type of examples, right? Try to find connections to what you're learning in the real world, right? Try to read case studies of how people have used this particular thing.
Yeah, I guess, is this the question that you were answering with your practice? Because that would be the very first thing I say too.
Yeah.
So yeah, practicing and not being afraid to do your own kind of challenges, not just follow the example from any course or book that you've found, but actually like looking for data sets that you think are interesting or that you have come into contact with earlier on, or even your own data. Maybe you're like somebody who likes working out and you track it, then you have this data and start working with this. And because you will always come into challenges that are different from the ones in the courses, because in the courses everything is prepared for you, and you have these nice looking data sets, and if there's something that is not prepared, and they guide you and take you by the hand through all of this. And if in the real world this will not be the case. So I guess that's what I would say. And then don't be afraid to use Google and Stack Overflow and reach out to people if you have questions, and just don't give up easily. It takes a while to get through all the technical stuff, but it's worth it. So just practice.
Austin, go for it.
Yeah, I also think one thing that can be helpful when you're learning like new concepts generally is to sort of create your own like glossary or index of those things, and sort of, like take the time to like handwrite out or type out the definition, and then connect to those real world examples that you're working through in those projects and that practices. You're actually like able to, instead of just passively reading those concepts on the page, like have a glossary that you have of technical concepts that you want to go deeper into. And then try to, as you go through your examples in practice, try to connect those things back, because it can almost like, it can take those technical things that you're struggling with and put them in a place that you have a resource now that you can kind of go back to. It can look different. It doesn't have to be necessarily a glossary, but a way to sort of like take those out of the context of like, oh, it's just so much, in this one thing, and sort of like own that a little bit, and then go through it bit by bit and sort of connect it to your real world practice. I think that can be super helpful, and something I've done with like non-technical things that's been helpful for me in the past.
Yeah.